Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the Dallara IL-15, the IndyNXT car, this time at Virginia International Raceway Full Edition. But it's not me behind the wheel, it's Gianni Lutzu. If you don't know who he is by now, he's one of the top 10 guys on iRacing by iRating. He's a real-life racing driver and he's a full-time driver coach. So if you want to improve your skills, check out a link in the description, lutzudriverperformance.com. He will be able to help you. He helped me. Right, let's go. This is one hell of a lap. He is, of course, using boost because it's free practice. Right, just before the one, braking up to about 90%, drop it down to second gear, long trail off. Look at that telemetry graph. Beautiful stuff. Right, we're going to ignore the apex of turn 2 because we want a nice wide entry into 3. Little dab on the brakes. Keeps it in third gear, exits nice and wide. As we get to the grass, brakes up to about 65%, down to second gear, and now he's going to just constantly increase that pressure. Looking at the telemetry graph, boost is on again. And now we go flat through Snake. Back over to the right-hand side. As we get into this dip, little dab on the brakes, down to fifth gear, on the gas. Looking for the one marker on the left-hand side, brakes up to about 65%, down to second gear, long trail off once again. Beautiful car control. A few people have asked me if I'm getting anything from promoting Gianni. I am getting absolutely nothing whatsoever, but lots of people always ask me if I do coaching. I do not. I'm not a coach. Gianni is. One marker up to 75%. Drop it down to second gear, clipping the apex. Absolutely flat through here. Tiny, tiny lift. Back over to the left-hand side. Dab of the brakes, down to third gear, cut the corner. Still going to exit nice and wide. Gianni actually said to me he believes this is one of the best laps he has ever driven on iRacing, and I can fully believe him. So over and across the line he goes in a 1:32.2. We'll do the breakdown lap next. Right, breakdown lap. I'll slow it all down. So first braking marker is going to be just before the 1 on the left-hand side. So you can see he's already up to maximum. So if you actually look at that brake graph, he's gone to maximum that he's braking for this corner immediately. There's no hill, it's always a cliff face. Now, a nice trail off down to second gear, starts getting back on the gas, as you can see there, at the apex. But he doesn't just slam his right foot down, it's all very precise. Going to ignore this apex you see of 2 because we want a wide entry into 3. So as soon as he straightens up, once he's gone past the apex of 2 and straightens up that wheel, that's when he gets on the brakes up to about 40%. Drops it down to third, trails it off, back on the gas at the apex. Exits nice and wide, there's no off track here, but we're going to be braking in a minute where this grass is coming up on the right hand side. So he brakes briefly up to about 65%, drops it down to second, picking back up on the gas at the apex. There's a little lift to go through the next part here of turn 5, is it? 4? And then just gradually increases that pressure, gets up to 100%. Here at turn 6 apex. Straightening out the track. Alright, next braking zone is going to be this little dip that we're just coming into here, and it's going to be a light dab on the brakes, briefly up to, 24% was the maximum I saw there. Drops it down to fifth gear, back onto 100%, just ahead of the apex. Back over to the left-hand side. It is actually just before the 2. I said 1 on the hot lap, so just before the 2 marker. Brakes up to about 67%, and then long trail off. So he's only stopped trailing off now, and then immediately gets straight back on the gas. Doesn't get up to 100% until he's straightened the wheel out. This car is prone to spinning itself around if you get on it too early with too much wheel lock. Right, next braking marker is going to be just before the 1 on the right hand side. Brakes briefly up to just over 70%. Trails that off down to second gear, picking back up on the gas at the apex. Now, he's flat until here, and he does the tiniest confidence lift. He only drops down to sort of 98, 97%. But he wants a really nice wide entry into the final corner. And he's gonna, so yeah, he's cutting the corner here perfectly. Basically, that front left is actually over the grass, but this is where you need to be to extract the most time going onto the final straight. Little dab on the brakes, trails that off, picks back up on the gas in third gear. Now look, he's aiming inside the corner, but it still understeers all the way to the outside, and he cuts back across, pins his ears back for the line, and over across he goes in a 1:32.2. Right, we've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.